Hello, hello, Azunami. Glad you could make it. First one on the chat tonight. It's pretty cool. Definitely glad that you could make it today. Today's Tuesday, though. Means we got our weekly reset. I'm gonna be trying to do a lot of things tonight. I've been in a really big debate of as far as like Alphascape goes. If I'll do all of it tonight, I'll definitely do the very end. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Definitely gonna be trying to work on quite a few things tonight, though. Like, one, leveling up the Bard. And even, you know, working out some Namazu Beast Trub quest stuff. Gonna go ahead and just get it all started here. PC Gamer, what's up? 5 AM? You been up all night, no sleep? Damn. Well, I'm glad that you could make it. 5 AM, wow. Hopefully you've been doing well, PC. I hope so. Yesterday was fun. We had the Christmas event go down. Or Starlight Celebration. Either way. I may even be able to get a new piece of gear tonight as well, maybe. The bracelet. Then all I'll need is that pesky ring. Euthanasia! What's up? How are you tonight? Glad you could make it. Thank you so much, PC. I'm glad when you can make it. I'm glad when, you know, it's not as easy for other people, especially now that I play a lot later. But I definitely always appreciate it. Actually, it'll only be for roughly less than 2 weeks, about 10 days, actually. I'll be, 10 to 12 days, I actually can't remember. I'll actually be off work, and I'll be streaming probably not every day, but for most of the days I'll be on like twice a day at my old time and my current time. I'm gonna be working through Kingdom Hearts and some more Fallout 76, and even 14 here. Sorry, I was reading the what the gate was, but it's the time of my life, and if it's not Leap of Faith, I don't really care for it. Got your Omega belt tonight from Savage. That's nice. Shit. I should have actually got a queue going first. Let's check them out. 720, it's not too bad. 180 and a 720. I'd be okay with that. Then a 72. I shouldn't have even said anything. I don't think I've got a card. Do not. Okay. Let's go ahead and get these started up. Let's just start on one, work my way up. Might as well. And there's nothing really else here for me to do. shit. Oh, shit. Good deal. I dropped my controller when I did it. Came unplugged, and sometimes when that happens, it brings the whole system down. Luckily, it wasn't such a freak accident this time. What's the reputation looking like here? It's getting there. Just a few more days. What's up, Choco? Karumi, what's up? How are you tonight? Glad you could make it. Subnautica. It's a bit different. What is it? It sounds different. Skyrim, been playing since 2 p.m. yesterday. Damn. Yeah, I would definitely take some breaks. But that is like one intense Skyrim session. It's a great game though, so I can understand. I've spent a few days binging Skyrim before. Especially when it first came out. Oh man, I couldn't put the controller down. I was playing it every day. Every little free time. Anytime I had any free time, actually. Pretty sure I went through all of these at this point. Kind of like came to that conclusion last night. At this point, I've done all of them, all of the rinse and repeat. So I'm just gonna get them all out of the way. Not really even gonna read any of the text. I've been through it so many times now. Okay. Let's go through these firecrackers first. That's an easy one. I've been doing it a lot. Might as well keep it up. Get on the Christmas mount. Starlight Bear. You know, I had initially thought that this would be going a lot faster when I first got into it. Choco, quit. There it is. Come on now. Damn it, Choco. Where was that Namazu? Shit, I'll just get this one. I wonder how many firecrackers that he's actually throwing at the Namazu are. I mean, it sounds like a shit ton. This duty funder's taking a little while. But it's all good. At least I got shit to do. What the fuck? Okay, which fish do you require and where do I gotta catch it? I think his I can actually catch from here. Yeah, yacht call. Apple seed. Phew, that was close. Oh, that's actually a patch of land right there. And there. Okay, I'm just going there risky sod. That's when you know fishing has drove you to the edge. I'm sorry. That was super, super corny. It was so corny I had to apologize. Chaz, what's up? How are you this evening, Chaz? Cannonball? I will if it's an apple seed. Not an apple seed. Am I even fishing in the right spot? Upper yacht call. Hell no, I'm not. Okay. Oh shit. Oof. Good thing it won't kill you. Oh, where the hell do I get out of here, though? This spot looks like it'll work. There's some breadcrumbs in the grass. Help you catch fish. Good deal. Wrong person. Good deal. One last one to go. Good deal. Although I don't know what he needs. Plump trout. Should be able to get one just right over there. Oh, and there it is. Chaos rings? Don't think so. No, I've never actually heard of it. A role-playing video game, primarily on mobile platforms. Sounds cool. Stephen, what's up? How are you tonight? Ah! Almost fucked up. Still feeling like crap. I hate to hear it. But still kicking. That's good. I also like the positive attitude. Like, not a whole lot of people can keep positive when they're sick like that, or, you know, not maybe even sick, you know, or just tired, or, you know, just anything, you know, in general in that feeling. And it's always cool to see when people can still see, you know, chipper. Oh, we're gonna die. Oh, no. Good. It's so weird having this one come first. So, Steven, you actually plan on playing any Final Fantasy XIV tonight? I don't know why I pointed at my headset, but yeah. Oh. Peace. Planning on jumping on in a bit. On one frame at the moment. I feel you. I was just gonna try to invite you to something if you wanted to get in on a party. But I feel you. Honestly, if you have a Twitch Prime account, or an Amazon Prime account, and then you've got it linked through Twitch, anyway, there's honestly a lot of free war stuff that is given away. I say free, I should do that, free. But a lot of content they actually give away on that game, like, every week. Oh, monkey. %. Shouldn't take too much longer. Playing Dead Island Reptile right now. What is Dead Island Reptile? I know of Dead Island, but I've never heard of a reptile in the title before. It just sounds interesting. Oh fuck. I'm dead. %. This should do it. Right here. Just a little bit more. Trinity Prom on there for it? Maybe so. I'm not really sure. Good old chaos. Well, shit. I didn't get shit. I mean, I got something, but it wasn't what I'd planned on or hoped for. It was a good, you know, pretty good team. Healers were definitely good. Tanks were good. Gonna hand it over to the Watt Mage, though. I don't get it. Like gargoyles was... Oh man, that's funny. Riptide. Oh, okay. Okay. I was like, Dead Island Reptile. Holy shit, is it like... are you killing zombie lizards? That's what I was thinking at first. Well, that's cool though. How is it? Like, I played... No, I don't think I've ever actually played a Dead Island before. I played a game similar to it, Dying Lot. I played those games, or one of those games. It was okay. Keep the party going. Might finally start learning O10S tomorrow. Shit. I've almost gave up on it already. It's just so close to the new patch now. And... gosh, parties are just... I feel like it was like what Minato was saying the other day before we helped him get his Suzaku cleared. It's like, you know perfectly well how to do all the mechanics in a fight, but it's finding people to do parties with that are in the same opposition as yourself. And, oh man, it's just so brutal. Getting a good crew together. Okay, good deal. Making sure I actually got on Midgar somewhere there. I need to look at my inventory. Honestly, I'm at this weird spot where I don't even think I'd like really need too many more of these, mainly just because like I'm doing a lot of this stuff for my Watt Mage and potentially this Bard in the future, but yeah, I'll do it anyway, just for the potentials. Well, it's still slightly relevant. Oh yeah, the trout. The Thal Khal. Every time I see that, it just makes me think of Game of Thrones, and it just makes me think of, like, Dothraki Cal. Or Khal. I wonder if that was the inspiration. We already know there's somebody that's a Game of Thrones fan over at Square Enix Studios when we already had an Arya. A girl with no name. My favorite thing to do when getting targeted is fly directly up in the sky to a point where they're technically out of range again. Yeah, still got that going. Should be okay. Zombie lizards. It's a lot of the same as Dying Lot. Just no parkour. I'm guessing. Almost certain it's the same creator. I was thinking it was something similar. I know they have that like that same first person like survival zombie apocalypse feel. Which could almost be said a lot. I should have used different words, but that gets the gist across. Tom Grand and shit? What's the Tom Grand? Ah, shit. You know, plump trout. Oh, it's not the right spot. This is Lower Yacht Call. I need to be at Datharl. Oh yeah, that's the, I believe the, yeah, the pond over there. I do this all the time. Same spot. So I was excited and disappointed in a matter of like 45 seconds today. Maybe even like 30 seconds. Trying to get a little more accurate maybe. At work. Like, you know, any other person who subscribes to things on YouTube, you get notifications, yeah? So like, I was at work today. And I get this random notification on YouTube that God of War dropped a new video. And it was called, I can't even remember now. Basically, I thought we were about to get some DLC for God of War that told the story a little bit further of Kratos' love affair and Artie's mother. And turns out it's just shit about the soundtrack, which the game had an amazing soundtrack. It's nothing you would have heard unless you played the game, of course, but like, it was good. But I was hoping it was just, like, I'm normally not a guy that gets excited about DLC, but I heard that, and I was just like, ugh, no way. And it was not a DLC whatsoever. It was just music from the game. So disappointed. I had my hopes up way too high, way too quickly. Anybody ever get stuff like that happen to them? You just like, you hear this thing or you see this video and you just get your hopes up and just get brutally let down. That was it. Sweet. Let's go give this fish to this person. I still wish Silt, like, Boreas could fly. It's one of my favorite mounts because of the theme. I'll usually only ride it in Realm Reborn areas. All the time? Yeah, I mean, it just, gosh, I guess that's video games in 2018, like, either love and hate DLC, well, I feel like that's all of us, we all love and hate DLC, especially if you lived and played through eras, which I'm sure most of us have, and time where video games came out all at once, and now we're in this area, like, this era of DLC, where, you know, games slowly, you know, they have their initial release, and then they slowly build more content onto it. And you either love it or you hate it, and it's hard to find that middle ground with a lot of it as well. And sometimes I really just psych myself up for some DLC I hope is to come, and then it just doesn't. Much like what I was hoping for God of War. The game was so good, like, literally, hands down, I can't put it any other way. It was a 10 out of 10. Like, and I don't really say, like, I'll cut it back. I'll reel it back. 10 out of 10 is not a professional score. It is, like, definitely a 9 on a standard of things. The gameplay, like, literally to go from a platformer action-based game to a role-playing action-based game is a huge step for any game. And to actually nail it, you can't give them anything less than a 9. It's like a 9-1, maybe a 9-2. Maybe a higher 9 than that, to be honest with you. I can't really tell you too many flaws with the game. There was a few things that I feel like maybe could have been tweaked with a little bit more with Artie, but I can't complain really. It was a great game. I loved it. I loved playing through it. And not only that, I saw the substantial difference between the original and when they actually released their PS Plus, which I've not even taken advantage of yet, but I don't even know if I will. I'm hit and miss with PS Plus, or not PS Plus, fucking New Game Plus. I don't know what I'm thinking about. PS Plus, listen to me. But New Game Plus, you know, like I said, I'm hit and miss with a lot of that stuff, but initially, base game, God of War nailed it. I mean, obviously, I mean, that goes without me saying, you know, it was literally on so many of the Game of the Year awards and everything. You was hyped for that? You wish your dog had opposable thumbs. I'm glad my dog doesn't have opposable thumbs. She would probably be into way too many things. Happened when you first saw in Mass Effect? Very piss poor. I always heard that with the last Mass Effect that came out. I played a little bit of Mass Effect 1, and I played a little bit of Mass Effect 3. I actually have all three of them. It's just, I never really had the time to sit down and just give them a solid playthrough. I did play through a lot of the content. A lot of it. But again, you know, 2, I just kind of skimmed over, and I just played 1 and 3. But it was mainly because of a buddy. I'd bought the whole trilogy all at once, and then my buddy was like, dude, 2 was good, but, you know, if you could skip 1 and go straight into 3, and you'll be okay. And I was like, okay. So I did it and noticed the gap that I was missing on certain knowledge of things they were talking about. That was one big thing that kind of like made me quit, and another one was very close to the newer one coming out as well. And to be honest with you, I felt like I was so behind, and I wanted to play the new one too, and I just never even got into that. And then I only heard bad reviews, and it really didn't help anything. It was the best one, really. Marvel Mallet, what's up? Hair dryer Pop-Tarts. That's interesting. Honestly, let me know how that turns out. I don't own a hair dryer, but I've never heard of somebody doing anything with Pop-Tarts like that before, and it definitely sounds interesting. I'm just wondering how long that would take. Like, I could think of so many faster things, and also a little bit easier to really go through with the Pop-Tart idea. Like, pop them in the oven on the highest temperature for like a minute. Put them in the toaster. Microwave them. And don't microwave them. Don't do that one. That's not a good idea. But the hairdryer, that's innovative. I give you that. 3 was your favorite? Mine, to be honest, but 2 is better. 4 was also always hang the blue alien chick. What the fuck was that? Bang, not hang. Well, you know, at least it sounds nicer that way. And again, you know, I've read through all of this multiple times over. I'm just getting it over with. So close to the end of, honestly, I think in less than a week I should be probably in about like 4 days. Roughly, give or take. Well, give me just a moment. I'm gonna go ahead and actually head back to the Free Company Hall for a little bit. I need to take the time, really. And, I'm gonna let this cutscene actually play through and take a very quick restroom break before this fight. You're gonna really destroy your tablet? You're all good. I get the topos for the most part. For the most part, that other one kind of got me there for a second. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna let the cutscene play through. I'll make this very quick. I'll be right back. Hey, I'm still alive. Sweet. For now. No bueno. Ah, fucking fuck. I knew to run to the center, and I watched myself run to the back anyway. I even said no bueno. She was the one that wrote one of the romances? Or a blank character? Sounds like shit gets intense in that game. Nope. Have I played Top Zero? I actually have, yes. I loved it. It reminded me of a good mixture of Final Fantasy 15 meets Final Fantasy 8. But yeah, I love Top Zero. I hate to say it and sound so corny, but either Ace or, oh gosh, what was his name? He was, a lot of people ended up hating him, but I loved him as his character. The teacher, one, I can't remember his name, and then, the machine guy, Machina? I can't remember his name, was something like that, Machina? But I actually like that character a lot. Ace was one of my favorites, though. But yeah, I love Top Zero. It was a great game. Like I said, really gave me those, like, Final Fantasy VIII feels. I actually still have a copy of Top Zero. And an actual, manga chapter. It's the actual, like, it happens right before the game. Is, in my actual giveaway, prize list. Which is a good read, by the way, especially if you played through the game. It just has, like, a little period that happened, like, right before the game. It's just so good. Story was very intense. Romance was cringy as fuck, to be honest. Damn. Oh, I ran to the wrong square. Ah! I was so confident running to that square, and then I see 4 people with the, electricity around them. Wrong! Ah! Motherfucker. Every time with that move. And the stack. Thank you, healer. Ugh. They didn't heal me. But it's all good. The classic res without a heal. I'm the only one that didn't get that. Sauce was cool. I can agree. The combat's fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It reminded me a lot of, I know I've already said 8 and 15, but The battle style reminded me of like 15 and 12. The actual game itself reminded me a lot of 8. But the battle system was just like, it was a weird middle ground between Final Fantasy 15 and Final Fantasy 12 that just worked. Nope, fuck that spot. %. Oh man, his outer foot was on the edge. I was afraid it was gonna get him. Didn't top it to work on 15 and top 0. That I would really have to look back on. I feel like I've definitely read that before, but I would really have to research it before I just said anything concrete to you, so maybe so. What kind of brew? It's just classic Budweiser, to be honest with you. You catch me on a holiday or at a random moment, I'll probably have some kind of stout like this. It's a brewery actually called Left Hand Brewery. They make a great, it's called a milk stout. Just, let's say it like that, just anybody that's not, that doesn't know anything better about it is a good way to put it, really. But, yeah, it's just Budweiser. But my favorite beer, Left Hand Brewery Milk Stout, no doubt. Black screen. He did? I thought I'd heard it before, or read it, I should say, but I'm not the type of person to actually, like, come out and say something like that without actually having full concrete, background reference. Steven, you're online. You actually wanna run the rest of the raid? Raid. I should just say raid. I almost said raided. Like I was like a second from it. Almost kinda did. But yeah, you wanna run the next raid? Or if you just wanna pop in on some roulettes, it's totally understandable. A sequel to Top Zero. I feel ya. I mean, I experienced both endings. Well, two of the endings. The bad ending and the good ending. I didn't do my third playthrough, though. I don't know. Once I had my first two, I had the good and bad ending. The third playthrough for me was just kind of like out of question. But, I mean, I feel like it kind of ends on a good note in a way anyway. Like, I could see how, one, there wouldn't be any sequels because literally it's only the core Final Fantasy fans or the people that even like a darker Final Fantasy story that even liked that game. A lot of people didn't care for it as much. It was much bigger in Japan than it was in the US. I'm not sure how it was for like Europe and all the random or other surrounding regions, or even, you know, like the southern regions like Australia and stuff like that, or even South America. I'm not really sure. But it was a very big hit and miss in the US. Like, a a lot of people, like I said, you know, it was a hit and miss. You either loved it or you just didn't like it at all. I myself, I loved it. I was one of the people, again, you know, I played through it twice. But sure, love it. But yeah, I mean, I loved it as well, but I could see how there wouldn't be another sequel. I feel like that would be a good series. They already made so much manga behind it. One about their teacher. It's like I think a 5-part series, maybe a 6-part series. I can't remember. I've got, I think 3 of them. I just haven't had the chance to go back and finish it. I have a very busy schedule. But, and then they had the actual manga that was, before the actual game. I'm not quite so sure if it actually has a specific title. I could check really quick. It'll take like a second. It's like right over here. No extra title, just Final Fantasy Top 0. I don't know how clear that is. You can open up the first page here. First page. Yeah. Maybe it's pretty good. It's not in color though. Don't let that first page fool you. Like it's your classic manga. Black and white all the way. But it's a good read. Definitely a little good read. I haven't made my way with the teacher all the way, but with this one, it was a good one. I actually read all of it, beginning to end, non-stop. Gonna check out the manga? I mean, it's worth it. Really, it is. It gives you a nice backstory, some questions you might have had, like especially with their teacher. He's a really cool guy. And thank you for loving the rants. Definitely thank you for loving the rants. You catch me at the right moment, I can rant away. Especially on Final Fantasy. It's one of the core things I could literally talk about all day. There's only a handful of the titles I haven't played. Anything on the 3DS I never really actually played, like Explorers, and there's a few other titles. But most of them I've given the time of day and I've loved them all. The mobile titles I don't really get into either. I tried Brave Exvius, it wasn't my thing. I tried Mobius, wasn't my thing. I played Opera Omnia for a very long time before I just kind of like gave up the grind, because it's, in the end, all that game is, a touch, tap and go grind. But yeah, usually when it comes to Final Fantasy, I can just sit down and just give you a full what I loved and hated about it. 9 times out of 10 I loved it, but sometimes, like some games, I just couldn't really get into. Well, let's hope it doesn't take us too long. I do have a few things I can sell really quick. You know what? I'm kinda just... I love this song, but kinda wish that the newer one was playing, so I'm gonna come down here and make it play myself. It's straight up a beautiful song. It's my favorite Christmas song. Final Fantasy very rantable. The conception of the game itself is so poetic. It'll make you cry with awe. Literally, it's a good way to put some of the games. Like, I can't say the same for Final Fantasy II. Hands down, one of my least favorites. I love the concept of Final Fantasy II. I love the idealism behind Final Fantasy II. The actual gameplay and grind of Final Fantasy II is not fun for me. That's just me, though. A lot of people don't agree. They love Final Fantasy II, and I can say there's a lot of good characters. But you want to talk about a dark game that can't keep people alive, that's really the one that you should be turning the eye to. Like, I'm keeping it spoiler free, but just know that's one dark-ass Final Fantasy, and very hard gameplay. The only reason I say that is because they used a mechanic system that was way before its time. Basically, think Skyrim. If you've never played Final Fantasy II, think Skyrim with, like, 8 to 16-bit graphics, depending on what, like, era you played it in. Or, well, I think it's more 16 to 32, actually. Depending on the era, whatever. But 16 to 32, just think about that. With, like, mechanics of every character's weapon skill being judged, and magic skill, by how much you used it, but also not using it too much. Boom! But think about that in, like, 1989, where those mechanics didn't exist, and they tried to do it anyway, and it just didn't work. I think it was 89. It might have been 87. I want to say 87 is when it all started, though. Non's gotta be your favorite. It's definitely in my top 5 as well, Azunami. That cast of Final Fantasy IX, I mean, Vivi, great character, but Zidane, Vivi, Garnet, or Dagger, Quina, I mean, everybody's story was touched on in a very nicely put specific way that made you really be able to shed a lot on that character. Emirate might have been the only character that you actually got in your party that probably had one of the least amount of stories. It's kind of like that, almost your Vincent Valentine, you know, like the character that's shrouded in a shit ton of mystery. But, yeah, definitely a great game. Final Fantasy IX is amazing. The soundtrack, hands down, is my favorite soundtrack of any Final Fantasy game. 14's a dead second, which sounds crazy, maybe, because 14 has so many other soundtracks, songs, whatever, themes. But 9, the nostalgia that I've got behind it all, as well, man. 10 and 10-2 are your all-time favorite, because Riku's nice. I love 10. 10-2, not so much. That's a game that I just get so flustered in, just because, like, I want to take moments so seriously, and there's so many moments I can't, because I'm looking up at the screen and they're fucking dancing around. I mean, I'm not bashing it. I love the story of 10. It's so amazing. And, you know, there's still mumbles about a 10-3, which I doubt we'll ever get, but there's still mumbles about it out there. Honestly, Final Fantasy VI or Final Fantasy VIII are probably my favorites. It's just because the way that, like, 14's up there too. Like, all three of them are kind of like in a straight tie in my first spot round. If I really had to choose, it'd be probably 8, 14, then 6. Then probably 15, to be honest with you. I know a lot of people give a lot of hate on 15. Even I have been a little upset with how they did a lot of mechanics at 15. But, what really, takes the cake something about it is it's gameplay. I loved it. Being able to just fight, kill, and, you know, do whatever. The real-time action gameplay and battle system, I liked it, you know? It's something I've always wanted out of a Final Fantasy game for years. And, oh yeah, that was just rest in spaghetti. Kingdom of Bermesia? Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, my favorite is the opening song, the A Place Like Home. I think that's what it's called. It's definitely my favorite. It was the coolest thing I loved about when they released the remaster on PS4 here. It actually gave you that theme with that theme playing in the background. I had to change it back to the Final Fantasy VII one just because I didn't want it to get ran into the ground for me hearing it every day, but like definitely so good. 10's better than 10-2? I totally agree. Yeah. Never played Kingdom Hearts before, ever. Honestly, I would say I recommend it, especially if you're a Final Fantasy fan. You really like if you played 15 and you like that gameplay style, or played 12 maybe in the same aspect. But Kingdom Hearts is not for everybody. I can say it hands down without a doubt. I love the series. I've loved the series literally half of my life. There's no other way to... more than half my life. But, son of a bitch. This double warrior tank thing is not going well. You feel like a noob because you have it? Like I said, it's not for everybody. Like, the Disney theme, like, I myself, I love Kingdom Hearts. Like I said, I've played the games, like, literally over half my life. They've been a part of my life. But within saying that, it's hard to recommend it to other people. Like, if you didn't grow up with Disney, like, in your life, a lot of the references, a lot of the feelsy moments, a lot of just, like, the nostalgia, it's not going to mean the same to a lot of other people. Like, but I think it's cool that you've actually, you know, if you want to play it, I definitely recommend it. But if you haven't, and, you know, you're not playing it just because most of the fan base has, honestly, I think it's kind of cool at that. Like, there's an actual streamer I used to love to watch until he played Kingdom Hearts. And I just cannot stand to watch any of his content anymore after that. Like, he loved the series. But things just... I don't know. I really can't even explain it and make it sound sensible, really. But nobody's back there. Like I said there, you either love it or you don't love it. With Kingdom Hearts. But I'm not gonna lie there, it's a great series, it really is. We're dead. We're dead. We're so dead. Yeah, we're dead. Of course I did, Minato. Freya's theme's good too? Hey, Freya is amazing. I love everything around the whole Bermesia, everything about Freya, really. Harassment? Okay. Or maybe not. I don't really know. But haven't played it since. Honestly, like I said, that's one of the things, like right there, like my nephew, I'd actually bought him the actual game and everything, and it was hard for him to play, but he's really young. Honestly though, let's get real with Kingdom Hearts. That right there, the first 2 games they came out with is the hardest part to make it through. One is the first game. It's so good, it is. It's so great. But it's not the best out of the series. And then there's Chain of Memories. It's a nightmare. Then there's Kingdom Hearts 2, you know, and everything that follows after. And it's just, that's where the real part of the masterpiece starts. It was good at first. Not the best. Kingdom Hearts 2? Ugh. And everything after that, pretty much as well. Some of them, you know, the bad ones, honestly, well, they didn't get remasters. They just got little movies made of them. But, you just bought Star Fox on Amazon. Nice. But, Minato, I'm glad that you can make it, though. How are you tonight, Minato? But Star Fox, nice. Later down the line, hey, you know, Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be out soon. And honestly, if you actually get through 1.5 and 2.5, you got to play 2.8. One of the games, not the greatest Dream Drop distance, but it's still pretty good. Especially the ending of the game is so crucial to the series. And then, actually, they did a sequel to Birth by Sleep on there as well, which is actually the biggest prequel to Kingdom Hearts 3 we have coming up. It's kind of like a sneak preview of the gameplay, and it's very nice, where you play as Aqua. But while we've got this going on, we're waiting on a tank, I'm going to go ahead and take a very quick restroom break. I'll be right back. Okay, perfect timing. Well, we got another warrior. It might be okay. We'll see. Dead Ellen got you pumped. Nice. Hopping you up. Well, that's good. It's good to be hopped. I'm super hyped for Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, I'm not kidding when I say I've literally had to wait half my life for this game. Playing spin-offs, handheld titles, mobile titles. I have waited so long for Kingdom Hearts 3. Honestly, I don't know how I've made it all these years. God damn it. No, was actually right this time. Still died. The thing that gets me sometimes is just watching other players. I'll be so confident in my running, and then I'll be like, oh, no, he did not go that way. No, 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 no. That was meant for that. Fuck. I gotcha. Eh, they gotcha. I tried to get you. Enemy dead, starboard larboard. Much better this time. Much better. Anyone play Dragon Quest? Trying to figure out if you should buy it? I've only played older Dragon Quest games, to be honest with you. I've only heard good things about 11, though, if I've got to be honest. I think it was 11. That was the most recent. There was no point even trying right there. Honestly, one of the things and one of the reasons I didn't actually play it, was because of that question right there alone, Chaz, was, I literally played the oldest games there was. Like, I played Dragon Quest 1 and Dragon Quest 2. That was it. And, you know, 11, it looked amazing, and again, you know, I only heard good things about the title and its release and its gameplay, the graphics, everything I've only heard so much about. And it was only good things there, but a big thing for me was, just, I feel like I didn't know enough, core enough to the series to actually play through it, to start off so late into the series. So I really wouldn't be a good reference on you too much for it, but I can say I did only hear good things about it, and I've also heard that, as far as Dragon Quest games go, it's pretty easy to, like, just jump in on one of the games. Like, they keep a pretty, canon story going down. God damn it. One thing that throws me off is the way that they always have him facing that way, which is, you know, you need him facing that way for most of the fight. But when they tell me starboard rot, and he's facing that way, I'm gonna run right, not left, which would be his right. That's what always throws me off with that. And seeing other players do the same mistakes as myself doesn't really help either. I can try to jump in here. God damn it. You want to play the new one that came out? Looks fun. I can agree. Like, actually, I've seen a lot of the streamers I actually like to watch actually play it. And, you know, it's kind of like they've, you know, that's mostly where I've heard the reviews, and they've only said good things. But, for me, it's so hard to just jump into a series so late like that. I've definitely thought the game has looked great, though. One of the streamers I really like to watch is Aethys. I don't know if anybody knows him. He's a decently well-known Twitch streamer. Well, he actually was calling it Dragon Ball Z Final Fantasy, or Dragon Ball Final Fantasy, something like that. I thought that was hilarious. Electric slot. Oh, son of a bitch. %. good deal. I'm so glad we got that last tank that we just had. Man. That battle was brutal enough, but the first tank we had in there going in main tank, oh, it was so bad. So bad. If the difference didn't already prove how bad it was. Oh my god, why am I passing? Got a spring. The lens is actually something I kind of could have used. That was not the new tank who was about to get it from me, but I'm gonna give it to old tank. Because this one was decent. Valkyrie Chronicles? I have not. It's another game I've actually heard mixed opinions on Valkyrie Chronicles. There's another one that is about to come out. A game I've heard that it's basically about the same set genre. I thought about playing it, but there's so many mixed opinions. I can't think of the name. An upcoming remaster. I think Remnant is in the name. Last Remnant? Is it Last Remnant? No, that's not it. I mean, it's definitely a game, obviously, but it's not what I was thinking of. But, gosh, there was another game I was thinking of that's actually about to get remastered. And, I've never actually played it. I've thought about it, but, I actually haven't, though. I actually watched a streamer play Valkyrie Chronicles, though. Oddly enough. I don't know a whole lot about the series, it's just, I think it's cool because they have that whole anime feel to them. Go ahead and throw up the last one here. It's kind of the only one I even really needed to do tonight, which I still don't really even need to do it. It's just, you know, thinking of the Watt Mage still. But then after that, I've just got pretty much nothing but Roulette and working on the Bard. Let's see. Let's look at my inventory. Yeah, it didn't tell me anything. Huh. How many tomestones do I have now? That's a good question. 245, and I think I need 375. Gonna go check that out really quick. Judo, what's up? Thank you, Judo. You have a good night as well. Not an animal. I like to actually drink my coffee black. That's not a joke. I really do drink my coffee black. I'm really not joking. But I feel you though. It's not my favorite coffee to drink coffee black. It's more of a just, I don't know. I just do it. My favorite coffee though is just super unhealthy, so I don't really ever drink it that often. Pretty much ever. Maybe once a week. Maybe twice a month, something like that. Just depends. We should get a... How do you like your coffee? Let's get a little thread of that going. Like, judo. Hearts like crazy, and I love it. Thank you so much for that donation, judo. I do hope you have a great night, though. And again, thank you so much. And thanks for dropping in, leaving the like, of course. Always appreciated. Yeah, 375 thought it was going to be. That's gross. What's up, Rez? Glad you can make it. No, it's just it's a thing that actually started, like, drinking coffee black started when I was, I guess you could say it was around 14. I was going through a weird transition in life. I won't get too into it, it's a really filzy thing to get into. But, I was going through some filzy stuff when I was a teenager. I did not have the best introduction into my teenage years. So, like, and, you know, a lot of you knew, like I've talked about it multiple times, I grew up with my grandparents. We take this annual camping trip, which I've not even got to do the last 4 years actually now. I've went and hung out, but I've not actually got to participate in the week-long camping event that has been a part of my life, my whole life. But I'm an adult and have to work an actual job, and it's really hard to actually get into. But on these camping events, in my early teenage years, between 13 and 14, me and my grandpa, we have the same sleeping schedule. We don't fucking sleep. We sleep like 4 or 5 hours, that's about it, and then we're just kind of like, you know what, I'm just going to be tired as hell and kind of cranky the rest of the day, cheer people up if we can, but if not, you know what, the day's going on anyway, let's just get through it. It's kind of the attitude we've kind of like bonded together to like create, and black coffee became that thing in the morning. It's like when you're up after like only getting 5 hours of sleep, and I like to drink, so 5 hours of sleep after drinking, and it's like a thing, I can't break it. I get like 5 hours of sleep, boom, I'm wide awake after that. And when I say wide awake, I'm groggy as hell and I just can't go back to sleep, even if I try. Grandpa's the exact same way. So, like, literally the best thing to wake you up after 5 hours of sleep is the just strongest cup of coffee. Black, no sugar, no cream, no milk, nothing. Just straight warm black coffee. I swear, if you're sleepy while you drink a full warm cup of coffee to the end of said cup of coffee, by the time you get to the end, I promise you're gonna be awake. Because you've made yourself not only suffer, but you've also made yourself suffer. You like your coffee with milk, creamer, and sugar. Different strokes for different folks. I like that. You like coffee with sugar? I feel ya. Azunami on that black. Nice. You don't drink coffee? You don't drink coffee anymore? Any type of coffee once? Favorite coffee from Starbucks? White chocolate mocha. Damn. But yeah, that's kind of me. Mine is it's crazy. But my favorite type of coffee, and I drink it black 99% of the time, but if I go out of my way to get a cup of coffee and try to get a little Flavor Town, get my Guy Fieri on, go to Flavor Town, literally like I gotta say, mine is somewhat similar, you know, a good mocha. I like a caramel mocha or caramel mocha, whatever. But, also, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a sucker for almond milk in some coffee, too. Milk and coffee is good. Almond milk and coffee is next level good. I don't like it for its health benefits. It's literally just because almond milk is the shit. It tastes like heaven. I imagine so anyway. I don't know what heaven tastes like. I'll have to tell you in like maybe roughly, hopefully 40 years. Maybe 50, if I'm lucky. Iced mocha. That's also really good as well. Especially during the summer. Like, here in Georgia, it gets so humid during the summer, so an iced mocha, like, cappuccino of any kind, really, is very nice. Very nice in the morning to wake up to. I'm not gonna lie, it may not do it the full effect as a cup of black coffee probably would for me, but sometimes it would, especially if I go to, like, an actual place to get a coffee made, like Starbucks, per se. Get a couple espresso shots thrown in there. Ugh! I'll get awake. Vanilla almond milk. Oh yeah, I agree. It's a good drink, and it's cool that it's all you drink as far as milk goes. Like, it's healthy for you, but not only that, vanilla almond milk is the shit. It goes great with cereal. Like, super great with cereal. Oh, death. Can't drink regular milk. Is it a lactose thing? You don't have to actually answer that, but, I feel you. I feel you. I have a grandfather that is literally a lactose intolerant. My father was as well. I myself got lucky. I dodged that bullet, but my father and grandfather both lactose intolerant. And, my father was always on deck with keeping some badass cereal, and he always had, some badass, almond. He had Silk brand almond milk that was vanilla flavored usually. But yeah, my dad always had a good choice like that. Good shit. Also, just, you know, to put it out there, if you're ever trying to make a mixed drink like a milkshake or a mudslide or something like that, and you're afraid of like when you drink and actually have milk, it kind of like clabbers on your stomach and it doesn't really agree with you very well. Honestly, almond milk kind of like negates that for you fairly well, if you've ever been curious for something like that. Expand your palate more and try new types of caffeine drinks. I myself, literally, I'm all over the place with it. I love Monster, I love Rockstar, I love coffee. I'm a big tea drinker, herbal and just flat out plain normal tea. So, I mean, I would recommend it, you know, if you really want to get on a different experience of caffeine other than just black coffee or an iced mocha. Honestly, there's a lot of good things out there to try. I myself, I don't go too overboard with it. Like, I'm not a stacker guy. I'm not a 5-hour energy guy. I'm strict, you know, only, like, regular, like, name brand energy drinks like Rockstar and Monster. Red Bull every now and then. I'm more so Rockstar and Monster if I'm getting on that, you know, binge. But, most of the time I am actually drinking coffee, though, for the most part. Like, I have about, like, 4 to 6 cups of coffee a day. On an average weekday. Drinking it black, of course. God damn. Mildly lactose. I feel you. You know, it's an intense thing. I got a buddy at work just like that. He's a daredevil, though. He just goes right through it and doesn't give a fuck. But he was actually, in his teenage years, like, had to have his gallbladder taken out or something like that. And he has to actually deal with something like that. But that dude doesn't give a fuck. Like I said, he does it anyway. Which blows my mind. Oh, fuck. Living on the edge. Kahlua or Bailey's is good in coffee. It is. But that's one of those things like... when I'm drinking a hard coffee, it's not a morning thing. It's like I'm about to have a late night binger on a drink sesh. Kahlua's great in coffee though, but like I said, it can't be for like a nighttime thing for me. Or better yet, it can't be for an early morning thing, I should say. Literally has to only be at night. I got it a little mixed up there, but like yeah, it's... If I have a day of binge drinking planned, it could start off with, like, maybe some Kahlua or Bailey's. More so Kahlua. To be honest with you, Bailey's, it's hard for me to take seriously. I watch too many old Greg videos to take Bailey's seriously at all. Good deal. Hey, I'm telling you, Riz. My buddy at work, he's a daredevil. Like, dude, like I said, has no gallbladder, completely lactose intolerant. There's a video on him of YouTube chugging a gallon of milk. I'm telling you guys, a straight up daredevil. I'm not saying it's smart, and I'm not saying to do it. But I'm not gonna lie, the guy's straight up daredevil. Fearless. I agree with you, you know, go the, like, the reasonable, responsible route. Don't hurt yourself. This guy just don't give a fuck. Did I just roll a 99 on a spring? Happy Panda! Ugh, love it. And I got my spring. Nice. Milk is... you know, that's definitely a strong opinion, you know, as far as milk goes. Myself... I hate skim milk, I hate 2%, and I hate buttermilk. Do I like whole milk? Hell yeah. Whole milk is great. I'm also partial to unpasteurized milk. Hate me all you want to. I grew up on farms. So unpasteurized and whole milk is kind of like my shit. As well with, like, I do love some soy milk, and also love almond milk. But, not gonna lie. I like some good old whole milk and unpasteurized milk as well. It doesn't bother me negatively, so... I definitely enjoy it, but that's being human, though. We all have our own palates, our own different flavors. With that being the end of the rating for me for the night, I'm going to take a quick restroom break. When I come back, I'm going to actually do alliance raids. So the rating isn't over quite yet, and then I'll do some bard stuff, but give me just a minute, I'll be right back. I'll make this, I'm going to grab a drink as well really quick. Milk is milk. You just drink whatever you have in the fridge. You're all good, Steven. Good deal. I've kind of got no other business here at the moment. So Riz, what have you been up to lately in 14 here, or have you been playing lately? Also, if you want, you could also jump in fermented horse milk. Ugh, let's be happy we're not in Magnolia. Or Mongolia. I thought you said Magnolia at first. I don't know, I guess I have flowers on my mind, but Mongolia, ugh. But, I mean, you know, let's just, like, give that whole region, like, is Mongolia in Asia? I want to say it is. But I could be wrong.
Children of the land, do you hear? Echoes of truths that once rang clear. Two souls intertwined.
Yeah, it's in Asia, I thought so. So, you know, you gotta give it to Asia in general. Like, their alcoholic beverages are really borderline and stuff like, sake, like Raswan, it's okay. Plum sake, 10 times better, but it really makes you stop and wonder who the hell was just sitting around thinking about Raswan. But I feel you though, fermented milk, I don't think I could do it. That, you know, that's me with like buttermilk in general. Like my grandparents, I grew up not only on a farm, but with some old school grandparents who like actively eat and drink buttermilk on all kinds of shit. They put buttermilk on their cornflakes. I'm not gonna gross anybody out here, so I'm gonna just stop right there. But very old school grandparents, and they love buttermilk, which to me would be borderline fermented milk. So, I could see how it could be a common thing, and, you know, especially being in Asia, their alcoholic beverages, to me, always astonish me, like, who the hell was thinking about this shit to actually go off and try it one day? It's like, damn, this Ross has been sitting in a bucket with, like, water and sugar for, like, a week now. I guess I'm gonna chug it. What? You know, that could be said about most alcoholic beverages, though, in general, like beer. Who would ever just sit around and think about mixing wheat, yeast, barley, and Ross with water and sugar? Not me, but, you know. Haven't been on late and your friend wants you to play WoW. You're torn. Just nasty. Like I said, my grandparents, old school. You don't drink, but you want to try sake. If I gotta recommend one, go plum sake. It's so much better than Raswan sake. Like, sake is, it's not bad, you know. Definitely stay hydrated while you drink it. It's one of those things that'll dry you out quick, make you have a headache the next day. But, man, it's a total different experience. And again, definitely go plum rather than Ross. Ross, okay. Plum, magnificent. Looks like Steven's back. I'm just gonna do this quick alliance raid here, and then probably, you know, like I said after that, just gonna switch to the Bard and see what I got going on. Someone who wanted to get fucked up. Nagasaki bombs are good if you like sake. What's a Nagasaki bomb? Is it just sake with, like, an energy drink? Kind of like a Jaeger bomb? Milk to alcohol. It kinda... Sake reminds you of horchata. Horchata is fucking amazing. Especially with alcohol. But how did we get derailed to here? It was, it had to do with the, Mongolia milk comment. That got us all to here. But horchata is great. Again, you know, especially with alcohol. Horchata with alcohol, like tequila. Nah, not tequila. Honestly, I would. Honestly, if I'm literally mixing drinks, and I definitely want, it's usually some good old Jameson. Love me some good whiskey, Irish whiskey, best whiskey. I've also got some rum down here, which is just basic ass silver Captain Morgan shit, which I literally have almost drank all of. But as far as, you know, like, I guess rum is good with horchata. Rum and whiskey. I'm not that big of a tequila fan. I'm really not. But also, you know, being festive, if you actually want a good drink, if you have a glass about yay size, like your average scotch glass, like I usually use for drinking my beer out of, honestly, if you like eggnog and you want to get kegnogged, it's a total Workaholics reference, forgive me, but you want to get kegnogged and just like fill a glass full of eggnog about this far, and then literally drop you a shot glass of just boom, you know, go hurricane style, and drop a shot glass of whiskey down in there with a splash of cinnamon or a cinnamon stick in there, let it sit for about 5 minutes. Perfect. Great drink for the holidays. Kind of, your mom just supplementing her drink with beer? Oh. Whew. I don't know. When it comes to mixing alcohols, that's always a no-go for me. I don't really ever mix alcohol that often. It just winds up with me having a terrible morning the next day. Some Jumex? Or Humex. Humex, I don't know. The J's fucking, I know. But, honestly, it's not a bad idea. A lot of the, you know, they have some good fruit juice out there, or concentrate, however you want to put it. Honestly, coconut and mango is probably my favorite out of all of them. I know a lot of people like the lime coconut milk, but coconut and mango to me are just like, some of the best. I feel like I want to say I've tried it. Maybe not Jameson. It might have been actually some tequila. But yeah, Jameson's actually my favorite whiskey, to be honest with you. It's got the perfect amount of burn, perfect amount of flavor, and it's not too sour. Also not too, just bland. Doesn't taste watered down. I could go on about Jameson. I have a huge list while it's my favorite whiskey. And not to mention, it's actually imported. You could look it up, and every one of these are barrel aged 5 years before they're ever actually put into a bottle, which is a big deal, especially if you know your shit about whiskey. Big deal. That's why I really like Jameson. I've always wanted to try Johnny Walker, though. It's a top shelf. And I hate to say that I've never tried it, but I really haven't. I've tried top shelf pretty much every alcohol there is, but not Johnny Walker, not even once. It's really not closely available in my area, except for one liquor store, and they have a top shelf Johnny Walker, and it's like $100 a bottle, and I'm not gonna do it. I can't bite that bullet. Maybe if I would get rich one day, doubt it. If it happens, maybe. Single barrel reserve. Knob Creek is 120 proof. Woo! That's a bit much. I mean, 120 proof is, whew. Old fashioned is your favorite mixed drink? You watch Workaholics? I definitely watch Workaholics. Blake wearing the bear suit for sure. Yeah, Blake's one of the best characters. I can't say he's one of the best. Like Blake, and honestly, Durs is probably my least favorite character. Like Durs is cool, Anders, but I don't know. The other two, even fucking Carl, is just so great in Workaholics. But Chaz, my actual favorite mixed drink of all time is actually called the Godfather. If any of you know what, damn, let me look up, the other name for it. I usually use Amaretto just because it's a little bit more affordable. But there's also another one that's a little bit more expensive, another brand. Disaronno. You can use Disaronno or Amaretto. Again, I usually go Amaretto, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit more affordable. Disaronno is fucking great as well, but it's actually called the Godfather. It's my favorite drink. I can only take 4 of them at a time, and I'm just fucking plastered after, so I don't do it I don't do it often at all. But it's 2 to 3, well, yeah, 2 to 3 parts Amaretto or Disaronno, and then literally, you know, when I say parts, it's basically shots, but 2 to 3 parts Amaretto or Disaronno, and then 1 part Jameson whiskey. It's called a Godfather. Oh man, if you want a drink that will get you drunk, that's the one, and that's kind of why it's my favorite. You go to a concert, you don't want to spend a whole lot of money, you get 3 shots of Amaretto and fucking a shot of Jameson. It's going to cost you about 20 bucks, but literally that drink alone will set you off for the whole concert. You can have 2 of them, you can be fucking really good. You have 3 of them, you're drunk the whole concert. Don't get the 4th one, you won't remember the last act. But definitely not a bad way to go. If you're trying to get a little buzz going during a concert or something like that, or maybe you're trying to celebrate New Year's. It's my New Year's drink. I get a Godfather going on. Right before I start drinking beer, I'll get a Godfather. I'll do my 3 parts Amaretto, 1 part whiskey, and get the Godfather on, and just go with it. Treat yourself this weekend. Ozunami, well, I hope you enjoy it this weekend if you do. Durs is like dad? Yeah, pretty much. The party pooper. You enjoyed Johnny Walker Blue Label? Super expensive, but wasn't buying. Yeah, see, I think that might be the one that's available for the one liquor store. Like, it's actually the next town over. I've actually got to go to this liquor store. The local one here doesn't have it, and the next town over doesn't have a liquor store. And so I've literally got to drive to a whole other town, which has like 4 liquor stores, but literally only one of them has Johnny Walker, and it's the most expensive that you can get. And to me, honestly, paying that much for a bottle of whiskey is just, that's like asking me to like sell one of my most valuable possessions. It's like, hey, do you want to give up your PlayStation 4 Pro? No. Be safe. Definitely a good tip, especially with alcohol. Always be safe. Especially if you're out there drinking 120 proof, like overproofed liquor. Gosh. I remember back in high school, we had this buddy that used to love to bring Golden Grain to like every party. He would have like maybe not even a fourth of the bottle. And he would also just get just brutal drunk, not happy drunk, like brutal drunk, and like would just like pass out in the most obscure places, like in the middle of the floor, and then would wake up with everybody having like party graffiti all over him. Golden Grain's next level. I don't recommend that to anybody. If you're gonna go a Golden Grain night, please bring plenty of mixers. And drink a lot of water. Before, during, and after. A lot of water. Take my advice. Number 15 on the duty finder, but not really a whole lot to do, unfortunately. Yeah, I really don't know what to do. 15 minutes. We'll just keep the rants going. Why not? I've enjoyed it. Okay, we've talked about alcohol. We've talked about our favorite caffeinated drinks. Let's get on a different level of discussion while inside the same amount of the same discussions. What's your favorite munchie food? Like, you got your drunchies going on. You just had a little bit of alcohol. You're getting a little drunk. You got the drunchies. There's not munchies. We're not getting high over here. We're getting the drunchies going on. Like, what is your drunchy food? I got a few. You know, one, if I've got like fresh tamales, hands down, game over. Another one, this is a hit and miss for a lot of people. I love it, but it's one of those foods like it's a love or hate. Tamales, it's up there. The next one, like I said, it's a hit or miss, is pork rinds, or fried pork skins, same thing. Amazing. Even if you're vegan and you're sitting there cringing right now, or maybe you just think pork rinds or fried pork skins is just blah. I'm telling you, the day you get your first buzz on, or one day when you get a buzz on, you're just thinking, Tumbles was talking about that. I'm telling you, it's up there. It's a good one. Another one though, again, tamales. Homemade, fresh tamales. When you are drunk and you got the munchies going down. Holy shit. Like, literally, somebody pumped the brakes, because I'll usually probably eat way too many. Drunchies. Yes, it's the munchies when you're drunk. The drunchies. Onions with pepper? Bacon wrapped hot dogs with onions and peppers. That sounds amazing. Always drink with class and moderation. Also, yes, definitely. That's no bueno. Drink responsibly. Yes. Always a great advice. Drunchies is always Mexican food. Fontas and tacos or burritos. I can't do burritos when I'm drunk. I love burritos. But if I get drunk, I have chimichangas. I can't help it. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, if I am like, if I'm on my regular lunch grind, I'm in a hurry, I'll be thinking, like, I got this to do, I gotta do some laundry, I gotta walk Choco, I gotta give Choco a play run. If we don't, she's gonna be hyper as fuck for the night. I've gotta do this for myself to get myself prepared for the night, because I gotta work an 8-hour shift. I'm gonna eat a quick burrito. If I've had like 3 or 4 drinks, I'm getting a little sleepy, drunchy setting in. Oh, burrito just got upgraded to chimichanga. I'm pulling out the pots. I'm putting some oil about 2/3 of the way through a pot, setting it to boil. boom, getting that oil boiling really good, getting that burrito I just made, and I'm deep frying the fuck out of that motherfucker and making a chimichanga. Ugh! If you've never had chimichangas drunk, do it one day. Best drunchy thing you'll ever do. Just make sure you do it responsibly as well. Again, dealing with hot, deep-fried oil, very dangerous when you're in that state of mind. So be very careful, maybe have some supervision, and if you don't, just be extra careful. But no doubt, worth it. Worth it. Green chili is your favorite? Oh, green chili's nice. You don't have one? Make a habit to stay away from alcohol? You know, to each their own. I feel you there. Bacon heads are amazing. I can agree. I can agree. Broad class hatch green chili though. But I feel you. Like, I've got quite a few friends that love to play the sober route of life, which I don't disagree with. You know, if you can make yourself through life completely sober all the time, and, you know, find a lot of joyous moments out of, you know, even with food, that's another great way to put it. You know, that's life. That's a good thing. Definitely. I myself, you know, I've got to have something like wind me down every day. That's why I'm always on stream drinking alcohol. Even on the days where it seems like I'm not drinking alcohol before the stream, I usually do beforehand. Even my Fallout 76, my Kingdom Hearts, you'll see the drink water and energy drinks. I'd had a drink beforehand, I'm not gonna lie. It's just me. It's my winding down, it's my chilling out. I have a very stressful life I don't ever discuss, but I'm not going to either. It's a good thing to help, you know, wind down a little bit, you know, relax the nerves a bit. But I feel you know, if you like life without it, live life without it all the way. Most of my family is like that. I come from a very super religious family, and be that as it may, I'm the black sheep of all of us. I don't even care. But yeah, you know, I totally get it, you know. That's me though. You all know me. I'm always riding the fence, and I always can. Out of any situation ever, I see both good and bad out of everything, and always will. So, I feel you, know, to each their own. But I'm not gonna say, drunchies don't just happen to drunk people. Drunchies happen to sober people as well. I'm not gonna lie, I have this thing where if I'm just going on a sober kick for a few days, literally, chili cheese dogs will be something I crave. It's just like the most American thing ever, and I don't know why. And the reason I say the most American thing ever, because I will go the most American route ever. I will go Wonder Bread dogs, buns, which sounds crazy, I know. With Hormel chili, with beans, crazy again. Yeah, oh, I know. With just like the most crazy off-brand fucking weenies possible. Like, I like the red ones. The red ones that you don't even know who the hell made them. And then when you're reading the ingredients, they have those random things that you're just like, what is that? That's not meat. I love it. It's my favorite. You know, the mystery meat hot dogs, the red ones that are like 99 cents. That's not a joke either. It really is. And Tsunami, I totally agree. Like, I myself, I work a pretty difficult 3 to 11 every single day. I operate heavy machinery, and within operating such said heavy machinery, to be honest with you, I'm really not that tired when I get off work. I'm physically tired, but mentally I am distraught. And, you know, I come from a long family of like traditional drinking, so to me it's not abnormal, as it is for a lot of other people. So, I find a middle ground with it, you know. I had a dad that drank, his dad drank, my grandfather drank, like, on my mother's side. My mom doesn't drink. She can't handle it. That's the best way to put it. She just can't handle it. But, everybody else in my family drinks. Or, you know, my brother doesn't. He's diabetic. He can't. But, everybody else does. And to me, it's something that's so normal. I can't see the negative side that a lot of people do, especially with me. You know, I do it somewhat responsibly. I do overdo it, to be honest with you, because I do it pretty much every day. But outside of that, though, like compared to like hardcore methods, you know, I don't really go that far out. But I feel you. You know, being the responsible is a good way to. Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Feel you there. That's a good one. I gotta fight that demon pretty much every night, Steven. Flamin' Hot Cheetos and Fuego Takis. That's my weakness. I myself love spicy food more than any food known to man. Name something out there. You could say cheesecake, and I'm gonna be like, okay, cheesecake's good, but, you know, Flamin' Hot Cheetos, Takis, are these, fucking pepper jack stuffed jalapeno poppers back here in the background, which aren't really back here in the background. I wish they were, but they're not. You get me on that level? Ho, 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 ho. Next level. Shit right there. Love me some good spicy food. Not a good late night food for me, though. If I'm getting late night, like, Takis, or even Flamin' Hot Cheetos, as much as I love them, they will just mess my stomach up in the morning so bad. Oh, man. It's like a great midday food, or a good snack. But spicy, oh, that's my shit. Hot wings, amazing. Classic hot. I feel ya. Wiener Schnitzel has some bomb chili cheese dogs and chili cheeseburgers. Oh man, now I'm just starting to get really hungry. Mole is good too. I agree. Mole is amazing. Always eating though, and haven't gained weight since high school. Hey, take pride in that, Rez. A good metabolism is hard to find. I myself has a very shitty metabolism. I gotta work to keep weight off, actually. So take pride in it, definitely, and be proud of it. A fast metabolism is a gift from the gods themselves. I myself, I have a problem with food. I really do. I'm a foodie. I'm a big foodie. Before, let's say before 2000 and, it was about 2013. I was getting close to a strong 210 pounds, which to some people doesn't sound like a lot, but I'm only 5'8". I'm a short guy. 5'8", 210 pounds, that's overweight. Now I am, obviously still 5'8", and I weigh a solid 150 pounds. And I'm right there at the peak of my, you know, going overweight and still keeping decently fit at the same time. But that is not an easy thing to maintain being a foodie. I can go down the line telling you things I hate as far as food goes, and it's a short list. The list of food that I love? Oh, we'd be here all night. That would be the rest of the stream. If I told you all the foods I love in this world, it would be the rest of this stream, and I might have to continue tomorrow. But, like, realistically, like, as far as food goes, I've got to resist all the time just to make myself be healthy, because I myself am not so lucky. I have a slow metabolism. Very slow, to be honest with you. I can only eat twice a day and exercise to stay fit, because my eating habits also engage in something I like to call gorge eating, where every portion I have of everything has to be fucking gigantic, or I'm just not satisfied. Like, I can't eat 2 cheese sticks and be like, okay, I had my meal for the day. No, I gotta have like 15 fucking cheese sticks with like 15 fucking hot wings, or maybe 15 cheese sticks with like 16 fucking Hot Pockets. Not Hot Pockets, pizza rolls. Or 15 Hot Pockets with like, you know, maybe like a burrito or something. That's a lot. I already know. Like, I can't help myself. So I gotta do things with moderation and do it smartly and like smart-ish, I guess you could say. And also not too far, because I love to do those random things. But I don't want to, you know, get up there in that overweight region again. I've been there before. It's not very fun. Do I like... Mendo. I'm not quite so sure, to be honest with you, Chaz. You might have to refresh me on what that one is. Everything else we've talked about, I'm down. That one, maybe. I will try anything once. Sometimes twice. Menudo. That's what you're saying. Menudo. But I also don't know. Let me look it up. Menudo. Menudo. Or pancita, a traditional Mexican soup made with beef stomach and broth with red chili pepper. I don't know if I've ever actually had it, to be honest with you. Would I like it? 9 times out of 10, probably. Again, I'm a foodie. I'm one of those guys, you put something in front of me, I'm probably gonna like it. Like, hands down, I can tell you 5 things I don't like. Collard greens, mustard greens, which are kind of just in the same greens era there. But collard greens, mustard greens, don't like black-eyed peas. Collard greens, mustard greens, black-eyed peas, mustard in general. I can eat mustard on hamburgers and hot dogs. Other than that, no. And it can't be plain mustard on a hamburger or a hot dog. It's got to be mustard with all kinds of other crazy shit. So mustard in general, no bueno. For me anyway. Last but not least, one other food I cannot do is raw oyster. I just can't do it. I've tried so many times that I want to like it, but raw oyster, I just can't. The texture just, I'm not about it. I'm sure I would like it though, Chaz. I'm sure I would. I myself, like I said, I'm a big foodie. There's not too many foods I don't like. Like, the way I love to, like, a big thing that sounds crazy to some. Somebody's gonna say this it's expensive, and it is. And it's also very unhealthy. Yeah, it is. I already know. The way I love to traditionally love chicken breast or turkey in general is wrapped in bacon. I'm a huge foodie. I really am. Especially unhealthy shit, which I know really is unhealthy. I'm a huge sushi fan, to really throw that out there as well. Like, as far as, like, drunchies go, to get back on that, or just a nice little, like, midday food that I can munch on without regret, sushi. Hands down. Love sushi. Raw, fried, smoked, all of it. So fucking good to me. Anybody else here a really big sushi fan? If so, what's your favorite type of sushi? Like that you know, it's a good a good conversation. You know, like, sushi is very vast. You know, there's fried sushi. There's well, I should say deep fried sushi. There's raw, smoked. I myself, I like it all. Like, pretty much like it all actually. Smoked, raw, deep fried. But I'm not gonna lie, like, some good classic smoked salmon sushi might be my favorite. Salmon, whatever. One escargot snails just don't appeal to me. I've never actually tried it. But I'm not gonna lie, if somebody put escargot in front of me and say it's escargot, I can't say I wouldn't try it. Like, that's just me as a foodie. I live to try everything at least once. I've tried some questionable things in my days. Like a few dishes that was like raw chicken. I'm still alive, kicking. Hell yeah. But I'm not gonna lie. A few things I've tried have been very, very questionable. Escargot, it would be up there in the top 5s if I did ever try. I have not. But, you know, somebody put some snails in front of me that have been masterfully cooked by a good chef. It'd be hard to turn down. All I would be thinking to myself is like, what if I liked it? But automatically I assume I wouldn't. Like I said, I don't like oysters. I'm not a fan of clams. I like deep fried clams. Clams prepared any other way, I'm not about it. But you know, as far as escargot, like, I've never tried it, so I really don't know. One food I can say, you know, there's one out there I would never try. I saw it on Bizarre Foods with Andrew Zimmerman. If you don't know what it is, it's on Travel Channel. It's kind of easy to look up. Just look it up sometime. Check it out. It's a great show, especially if you're a foodie. But there's two things he have tried that I have told myself only because this dude has eaten everything from bugs to straight up animal fat. And there's two things I've saw him eat that he didn't like that I've told myself I'm never gonna try, because if this guy doesn't like it, I'm definitely not gonna like it. One, lutefisk, which is basically just fish fat that's been fermented. The other one is this moldy cheese that he actually enjoyed. That's apparently a French delicacy that is very hard and rare to find. But it's this moldy maggot cheese that is just most sought after by big foodies. But that's where I draw the line. You try to give me moldy maggot cheese, or you try to give me, like, fermented fish fat, I'm out. I'm fucking straight up Catalina wine mixer out. Like, I'm gone. Straight up Audi 5000. I'm out. Love watching Bizarre Foods. I do as well. Andrew Zimmerman is a man amongst men, if there's any other way to put it. Some of the shit he eats, I would not even fucking dare try. Like lutefisk or moldy maggot cheese. We'll pass on that cheese. I'm right there with you. And Man vs. Food. I like Man vs. Food, but Adam has had some very severe health problems, and I have full condolences, but it also makes me cringe watching the show just knowing how real the consequences of life can be. Oh, Chaz! R.I.P. Anthony Bourdain. Anthony Bourdain is literally my favorite food talk show host ever. Give me a second to take a restroom break and a moment of silence. Chaz, I agree there. Anthony Bourdain was literally my life's idol. I'm sorry, Steven, I know you're in the raid with me here, and people in the raid, you're not going to see it. I do got to take a restroom break, though. Sadly, but truly. And I'm also taking this in slight respect of the moment of silence for fucking Anthony Bourdain. He is definitely... I'm not going to make it. I've got to do this restroom break, unfortunately. But he was definitely one of my favorite food... Not only food reviewers, but like actual reviewers of everything. But, oh fuck, 4 on the pad, I can do that, god damn it. I can do that. I'm on the pad. Okay, give me a second. Okay. Sorry about that, and sorry about part of the rant. But yeah, you know, as far as things go with like favorite foodies, favorite documentists as far as food goes and travel experience, Anthony Bourdain took the cake. Like he was so great. I love how real the guy was. That's what always really got me. Like no matter where he was or what he did, like literally his experience was literally so pure, so real. He didn't butter up anything, didn't sugarcoat anything. If he went to an area, like I watched the episode, and I can't remember if it was in No Reservations or if it was in Parts Unknown, but literally had this whole spiel about Cambodia and the place that he was staying in, and like literally there was a peephole in the wall of the room he was staying in, and heard people in the background in the room next to him all night long. Ended up not sleeping, spending the whole morning binge drinking just to like get over the knot and sleep through the next one. Like, it was the most real content ever as far as like foodie experiences go. Like you always see like the bright colors of like some family's traditions they did for like 60 years. The family's still strong together and they're doing all this good stuff. When Anthony Bourdain did it, he showed you like the dead grandpa that got forgotten with like the family member who just like decided to really take up the business just because he had nothing else better to do, and he's probably making his own alcohol in the background that was just getting him fucked up every single day. And Anthony Bourdain would see that and he'd be like, okay, I want to try that alcohol and live that experience. And I feel like that's more real than just jumping in. You know, it's like, as much as I love Andrew Zimmerman, the guy has the most generic emotions. He's literally 100% happy every bit of the time, which is amazing for a talk show host, which he is a talk show host doing good foodie experiences for the untamed palate. Also, the people that just like randomly they like to watch people eat random bugs. That's also another reality. But, like, the thing is, sometimes I watch the dude eat shit, and I feel like, you don't like this, because I will just see the expression on his face. And he'll be like, yeah, you know, I'd eat it again. And I'm thinking to myself, no, you wouldn't. If it was Anthony Bourdain out there, and he's trying some shit, he'd be like, this is disgusting, and I'll never eat it again. Did I enjoy trying it? No. But it was an experience, and that happened, and I'm glad to have lived through it. He would say something like that, and you hear that, and you're like, wow, that's real as fuck. Not, you know, it's okay, but, you know, I might try it again, and maybe I will, but, okay, I like it. What? Was that a food review, or was just that, you know, a Ford commercial or something? Like, what the fuck did I just hear? You feel bad you didn't know that the host of Man vs. Food had health problems? Yeah, Adam Richman, unfortunately, that's why the show kind of had to come to an end and ended up turning into Man vs. Food Nation. I want to feel bad for the guy, but you can't do a food challenge every single day and keep a food series going on, and that's exactly what Adam was doing. Every single day, he was doing a food challenge. And also, not only that, but touring a full foodie experience. So the dude was literally eating out and then eating out every day, and then doing a food challenge at least twice a week, and not exercising completely on travel tour. Yeah, he ended up getting high cholesterol. I want to say like type 2 diabetes, loads of health problems. It was really bad. And I also miss the show, to be honest with you, Chess. Love it when host keeps it real. Unfortunately, Anthony Bourdain kept it so real that, you know, he didn't live a full-term life. But he lived a good life, I'll give the guy that. There's, hands down, there's 3 great shows. You've got Parts Unknown, you've got No Reservations, and then you've got, gosh, I can't remember what his actual, his first show that he had going on. There was another spin-off show that didn't last very long he had as well. But Anthony Bourdain will hands down go in history as one of my favorite food critics ever. Great guy, great experience, and a good show, and definitely, like I said, keeps it real the whole time, no matter what. He will tell a chef to his face if he doesn't like the food. He'll be the Gordon Ramsay of the situation without being, like, he won't even cuss the guy. He'll be completely respectable and say, yeah, it's not my thing. Like, Anthony Bourdain was an amazing food critic. And I like Chaz, I really do hate I hate to have seen the guy go. Like, he was hands down one of the greats. One of the greats. And I didn't get behind a meteor. Nor did anybody else. Okay. Must have known that about the health. Honestly, I would think so as well. I feel like with Adam and Men versus Food, like, it was all about the money, you know? Like, even though you know health problems are gonna happen, like, if you're being offered this set amount, like, let's say an average, you know, TV show host is getting paid over $1 million for a season, you hear that, you know, people are gonna be like, yeah, you're gonna have health problems. Your instant thought's gonna be like, yeah, well, I can get out of it. I got money now. I agree, Chaz. It was always good. It was always... It made sense, you know? Like, anytime Anthony Bourdain had a criticism about something, he had a reason behind it. He would be like... Gosh, I don't have the best example at the moment given, but really would just play it out well. And again, you know, I always loved the fact that he was not ever really afraid to tell people he didn't like the food. That's a big thing to be able to do to people. But also, he was pretty much as fearless as Andrew Zimmerman as well. Just really willing to go out there and try all kinds of shit. Haven't seen that in a while. You know, I can't say I'm that new to it. Oh, it's about to happen again. I don't even see the meteors. And there they were. I was about to make it over 2-1 as well. Damn. The problem is, like, these fucking random people popping them off in the most random places. Really? I was just not even in vulnerability for a second? I literally just got resurrected to just die. God damn it. A Realm Reborn fucking raids are still so dumb. Literally resurrected to die. At least we're at the end. No, we're not trying to bring him back to life. He's more alive than we already want him to be. Ah, fuck. And double fuck. Damn, not gonna take too long at all? Oh, you son of a bitch. Good deal. I can agree somewhat with Gordon Ramsay. I'm hit and miss with sometimes. I've never seen every episode of Hell's Kitchen. I've watched a lot of it. My thing with Gordon Ramsay is sometimes it's just like the guy just, as much, you know, his food is great. His food is good. Business is important to running a restaurant. But, you know, sometimes, you know, just because a guy burnt something, because maybe he's a little inexperienced and didn't know, it's not that acceptable to cuss him out, you know? Gordon Ramsay gets paid good money to cuss out people who are just inexperienced. And as somewhat cool as that is, sometimes it just, I feel so bad about the other guy on the other end of the cussing out. It's like when you go into work and you see somebody get fired, you're like, you get cold chills and cringe a little bit, and you're like, I'll probably never see or talk to you ever again, but I feel so bad for you. I kind of feel that way about Hell's Kitchen. Like, when I see Gordon Ramsay go on to somebody, it's like, you've got like 50 goddamn things on your menu, and nobody wants anything but 15 of them. Why is your menu so vast? And then continues to cuss this guy out. Then he makes him the food, and he's like, it's fucking disgusting. You're using yesterday's ingredients. And I'm just like, I totally agree with you, but, you know, this guy's broke, and he's just trying to make ends meet. You just talked about his mom like she was just trash. I feel bad for the guy now. I gotta watch something else. That's usually me, watching Gordon Ramsay. He's super real, but also super realistically mean. He's just acting. I agree. At this point, you can't be that rude on TV and not get paid to be that rude on TV. So I agree. I feel like half of it is just an act. But I always still feel really bad. Like, Hell's Kitchen is a good one. Especially the earlier seasons. The way he'll talk to, like, some rookie chefs is just like, damn, guy. Maybe he's just out here trying to do some ratatouille, and he just came in here like he was trying to be, like, fucking Gordon Ramsay. I don't know. A good, passionate cook. Yeah, he's got passion, that's for sure. I'm officially done raiding tonight. I've had fun with it. I'm gonna go Bard from here and just run a few random things. I'm not gonna be on here too much longer. I'm starting to feel the fatigue. Actually, I have a few things I gotta do tomorrow as well. And not to mention, for a reset day, it seems like things are a little bit slow. So I'm just gonna like maybe throw up some trials, maybe a leveling or a 50-60, one more of the one of the two, you know, not both, but one of the two after this. But then I'm probably just gonna call it. And again, starting to get pretty damn late, and I'm starting to get really damn tired. But want to at least work on the Bard something tonight. Getting there. Getting close to 60, level 58 now. Which, I'm not going to do it tonight, but I do actually want to travel over here to, the quest area. And see if there is something. If there is, I'll definitely pop in it tomorrow, but... Honestly, I think this might actually be my last thing doing this trial. I'm that tired. Like, I think I might just do this trial and call it there tonight. Boiling point. I don't think I've ever actually seen it. Sounds intense, though. Especially if he's, a lot more, or going a lot harder than he is in his, current content. Huh. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything for now. Next one may be at 60. I'm gonna check Redania really quick. Yep, nothing here. Kind of figured, I really wanted to check it out. I know I'm getting pretty close to 60, wanted to make sure I'll be able to do that when that does actually happen. Yeah, to be honest with you, I think tonight I'm actually going to call it quits after running the trials. I'm just starting to like think of a lot of things I actually have to do tomorrow before work. And the later I stay up on here, the least things I'll do in the morning that I do actually need to do. So before I try to stretch it out any further than this, it's probably going to be my last thing tonight. I wanted to go a little bit farther with the Bard tonight, but unfortunately I think this is going to be my last thing running this trial. I've definitely had fun tonight, but it's just, you know, again, it's just, I've got a lot of things I gotta do tomorrow in the morning, and I want to make sure I actually do them. And, it's probably best to go ahead and call it here. After this as well, or, anyway. You gotta head off to bed yourself. I feel y'all, Tsunami. I'm glad you could watch it too. And you take it easy as well. Definitely glad to have you, Azunami. A great pleasure. Thank you for all the great conversation. And, you know, I definitely hope you have a great night. And can't wait to catch you on the stream next time. Or the next time you can actually pop in, no doubt. But, thank you so much. And, you know, again, for sticking around. And even for the good night. It's really awesome. Have a great night, Azunami. Number 1 on the duty finder shouldn't take much longer at all. Hopefully not. Knocking on wood back here. But we'll see what's up. I hate to call it my last thing for the night, but like I said, I'm starting to hit fatigue so hardcore. I really can't push myself too much further. Not to mention I got a lot of things I gotta do tomorrow before work. So let's hope as a two-parter it not only goes well, but it's also something good but fun and not too annoying. Here we go. What's it gonna be? It's gonna be something good or something. It's looking on the side. Well, let's open more for the best. Not Hibralis. Okay. Not exactly a fast one, but okay. Why is it always this? Well, Steven, I really don't have the best of luck, to be honest with you. Do I have a Discord? Yes, Chaz. And if you want to get in on it, there's actually a link here on YouTube. Go to the About section of myself here on YouTube, and in there you can find a link to the ongoing group discussions that is within the Discord. And you can just jump in there sometime. Definitely. Can't leave you all alone. Like I said, you know, the Discord's up if you ever want to jump in there. I'm not always on there myself, but somebody's always awake in there, and conversation will always, it seems to seemingly always be alive there. Even, you know, sometimes when it seems dead, as soon as somebody tries to bring something up, people pop in. So, yeah, you know, if you want to get in on that, Chaz, definitely just check out the About section on YouTube, and you can find a link there. All good, Chaz. I mean, you know, I'd love to have you in there. Honestly, a lot of those conversations in that Discord get me through my work day. So, I love every person that loves to jump in on it. Definitely. It makes my days much more enjoyable. Do I have Pokemon on my Discord? As emotes. A few of them anyway. Oh, no. But, yeah, you know, I got a couple Pokemon in the, as for emotes. That's kind of about it, though. Here we go. Last stretch, 25%. Here we go. Play Pokemon in your friend's Discord. Still wanting to catch a Bellsprout. Oh, Pokemon in Discord. No, I don't really do anything like that in the Discord. It's usually more so just talking about like upcoming events or something like that. Not much longer here. Good deal. It's over. Nice. Oh, man. Definitely an interesting knot. An interesting knot, but I think I'm done for tonight though. I'm very tired, really hungry, and it's pretty damn late also. 3 minutes away from being 3 a.m. in my area. I'll definitely be back on tomorrow though. Gonna be doing a little bit more, and well, caught a bit more in Final Fantasy XIV here. We're going to be trying to hit up those, the capping of the tomes. Also going to be trying to hit up quite a few other things. But for now, I think I'm definitely out. I'm getting so tired. And getting so hungry. I think it's the best to actually go ahead and pop out of Final Fantasy XIV here for the night. I've definitely had a lot of fun though. The conversations we've had have been fantastic. And not only that, but the help, Steven. Looking at you, thank you so much. Definitely always greatly. My bad. Definitely always greatly appreciated. But with all that, yeah, I'm out of here for the night, everybody. Take it easy. Have fun. Till next time. I'm out of here, though. Have a great night. And like I said, till next time, I'm out. Good night, everybody. Take it easy. Have fun. And again, Steven, thank you so much. Chaz, glad to have you. Azunami, always a pleasure. Rez, Karumi, Steven. Love all the presents of everybody. Definitely greatly appreciated to have you all. Judo and Minato, glad you can make it as well. And, you know, anybody I may have missed along the way, I know YouTube cuts out a lot, and Steven, good night to you as well, and Rez, same to you. But everybody, thank you so much. But I'm gone. Take it easy. Have fun. Have a great night. I'm out of here. I'm going to use Final Fantasy music to kind of like sign myself out for the night. For here, I'm gone. Thank you all so much. I really have had a great night. Till next time, though. I'm out of here.
Children of the land, do you hear echoes of truths that once rang clear? Two souls intertwined, one true love they did find, bringing land and heavens near. But flames that burn full bright soon fell dark. Memories dim by
And everybody, I'm getting out of here. Take it easy. Have fun. Till next time, I'm out. And hopefully you found something going on for you there, Chaz. Have a great night. Thank you for watching. But everybody, till next time, I'm gone.